premiere of a new musical debuts in the Play Circle at UW Memorial Union. It's called Hephaestus, and it's written by Madison native Nathan Fossbinder.
Nathan is a La Folla High School grad who got a grant to write the musical, being staged by the Music Theater of Madison. Our Michael Bruno went backstage to check it out.
I craft weapons for Ares, war after war, but what do they call me?
Hephaestus is the lame-legged Greek god who was born solely of his mother Hera, and he is the god of fire, or the smiting god, which means he crafts all of the metal works and makes beautiful jewelry and armor for his brother Ares. But Hera, despite loving her sons equally, she says this numerous times, she really has a favorite son, and unfortunately it is not Hephaestus. And through the course of the story, some of the story that the audience might be most familiar with is she becomes enraged with her family, all of the drama that is going on, and particularly with Hephaestus, who sets her off, and she pushes him off Mount Olympus to be down with the earthlings, the humans, the mortals.
It isn't his fault, well, don't blame his mother. It's disgusting, he's odd, he's hopelessly flawed.
And eventually, Hephaestus creates a throne that entraps Hera. And Hera is stuck sitting in her throne, and through this scheme, everyone learns that Hephaestus is godly after all.
So how in the world did you first come up with the thought to make a musical?
That's a very good question. I attended the Boston Conservatory for Musical Theater Performing, and my second year there, I knew I wanted to make something, but I didn't really know how, so I just kind of started typing in Greek myth things. That was the first thing that came to mind, and slowly as I looked through all of them, I kind of knew everyone's story. I knew Zeus, I knew Aphrodite, I knew all of those characters, and I came across Hephaestus, and it was a story that hadn't been told before, and I started to delve into his story, being the only disabled god, being the only god to return from the ground, and decided he would be an interesting subject.
There's so much yet for me to be, so much more than less.
My character Athena is part of what we've been referring to as the trio in this show. Hermes and Dionysus are Athena's brothers, and we kind of sneak in the background and watch what everyone is doing and saying on Olympus, and are basically just kind of in everyone's business.
And what's it like creating a character that's never been performed before? Because this is the world premiere of the show, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. When you Google Hephaestus, you see this like old, huge Greek god. So at first I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I'm 5'8", 19-year-old. I don't look like what people assume Hephaestus would look like. So it's been fun kind of digging deep into the character and figuring out his mentality and who he is emotionally, because physically I'm not going to embody what people know him to be yet.
Michael's here now, the world premiere.
Yes, it is the world premiere, and it's a very little-known story. I mean, he's one of the gods that people don't really know that much about in mythology.
I had to look up how to pronounce it.
It's a very difficult thing, but I've been trained by Megan to say Hephaestus.
Hephaestus. Yes. And who did the music? The music sounds beautiful.
The music is wonderful. I guess it's all these different kind of themes and different kind of genres of music that he's written for it. And, of course, the voices from Music Theater Madison are always astonishing. Megan really finds the most talented people in Madison to do her musicals there.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, it really is interesting. It's really fun to kind of see a different story, because you hear about all the other gods in Olympus, but you really hear this story.
Learn something.
Yes.
It is Hephaestus. It is at the Play Circle Theater on the UW campus tonight at 7:30, next weekend as well, and there's a Sunday matinee. Go to mtmmadison.com for tickets. And next week?
Next week, we're going to the brand new Performing Arts Center at Edgewood High School, the Dennis McKinley Performing Arts Center.
A little tour?
Yes, a little tour from my alma mater. Yes.
It's come a long way.
It has.
As you have as well.
Yes, that's very true.
Michael, thank you.
Thanks, Michael. See you next week.
Final check.